In this video, we'll take a look at how to create and edit an area of interest, or an AOI. As you'll see on the left side of our screen is the area of interest drop-down arrow, and this is the default setting for the STRATIFYX user interface. The area of interest menu is always available. So we'll left click and open up the area of interest menu, and we'll take a quick look at some of those functions. So you'll see we can draw a new AOI on the map. We can create an AOI by selecting parcels. We can import an AOI in the GeoJSON file format. And we can also import from other projects. So if you're working with collaborators that have shared projects with you, or just within your own projects, you can import an AOI directly from other projects. Additionally, if you're working on an AOI and you want to export that for additional data usage, you can export that active AOI, and we'll go over each of these in greater detail. So we'll start by showing how to draw an AOI. So we'll left click, draw a new AOI on our map, and we're prompted to name our AOI. And we'll just name it basic AOI. So just briefly, you can see that right now, because we haven't drawn anything, we have 0 sections and 0 acres in total. And when we start drawing, you'll see that it automatically counts up the area of interest we've created. So we'll start by left clicking our polygon tool. And now we're in drawing a polygon mode. And you know that because now these crosshairs appear instead of our normal cursor. So if we want to add a vertice, we can left click. And now we've added our first vertice. We can then go to our next vertice, left click again, and we'll do these for each of our vertices. And when we complete our last vertice, we'll double left click, and that closes the polygon. And as you can see, that crosshair cursor is removed and we're back to our normal cursor, so we know we're no longer in drawing mode. And as you'll see, we now have one section totaling about 67 acres. And if we like this polygon, we can click accept changes, or perhaps we made a mistake and we want to delete that. We can then left click our polygon again and left click delete, and now that polygon is deleted. But I'll show how to do a couple more things here in drawing an AOI. So we'll do one more. Again, clicking each of our vertices and double clicking the last one. And we can now do this again. Say we have multiple areas of interest that we want to create when we're drawing, and we can do that as well. And we'll do one more. And now you'll see that we have 2 sections, or 2 polygons here, totaling 106 acres. And when we're happy with that, we can left click accept changes. So now we've drawn 2 AOIs. And always we can say we're working with multiple AOIs or doing something different. We no longer are zoomed into our AOI. We can just left click this eye icon with our basic AOI selected, and it brings us to our AOI we've created. Additionally, we can add some notes to our AOI. So perhaps you're sharing it with a person. You can add some notes in there. And then it gives some information about the AOI. Additionally, we can always edit our AOI. So we can left click the edit, and now we're back in edit mode. We can do various things. We can change vertices. We can change the entire where the placement of the polygon is. Or as well, we can click our vertice. We'll just left click that once. And now we'll hold down the left click and we can edit the vertice. And again, once we're satisfied with our changes, we left click accept changes, and now those are saved. And again, we can do this if you have multiple AOIs. All those will be available to edit. As well, we can, when we're in an AOI, we can rename it at any time. So if we want to rename it, we can do that. And as you'll see, the name has changed. Moving on to our next way we can create an AOI is going to be by selecting a parcel. So we'll go ahead and left click create an AOI by selecting parcels. Now parcels will show up on our map. As you saw before, the parcels were not turned on. So if we want, we can left click a parcel. We can then hold down the control button and select another parcel. And now we have two parcels selected. We can then name this our parcel AOI and left click OK. And now those two parcels were combined into one AOI. And again, at any time we can edit this. Now we'll show how to import an AOI. So if you have a GeoJSON file format, now would be a good time to find that, and you can go through that, or we'll just briefly show how to do it on our end. We'll find our GeoJSON, which I have here, .geojson you'll see, and left click open. And it automatically goes to renaming it. And we'll left click upload. And as you'll see, it takes us to that GeoJSON, that AOI that we've created. Similarly, we can left click import AOI from another project. And I have various examples here, but we'll just do our example AOI, left click that. And now that's been imported into our project here. And now you'll see those various AOIs are all now in our area of interest menu because we've added them all to our project. Additionally, we can export the AOI, and it defaults to a shapefile, but we have multiple files to choose from. And I'll show how to do GeoJSON since that's the file format we're using here. We'll do that, left click export. And you'll see it automatically downloads to whatever name you had for it, .geojson. And that's it for the AOI tutorial.